What's going on, guys? Gomes here, back again on another MLB The Show 21 Diamond Dynasty video. A quick forward, if you'll give me the second. Spencer Turnbull tossed the 5th no-hitter in the league last night. 6th if you count Mad Bum's. MLB doesn't count it, so the tally's at 5. Robbie, you think it's about time to change the baseballs? Perhaps? Let me add some perspective onto this platter. In the year 2020, I looked it up, there was 13 shark fatalities. Remember, sharks have the luxury of playing a 365-game season. They're not confined to 162 like Spencer Turnbull and John Means are. You know, they have time to stat pad. So 13 shark fatalities in a full year compared to 5 no-hitters in 48 days? You do the math. Getting into this one now. Team Affinity Season 2 is coming really soon, next week. You know, on Friday next week, Team Affinity Season 2 is gonna come. I know, not very relevant intro, but I thought it was curious, if nothing else. But we're gonna talk about Team Affinity Season 2. We have some huge news regarding that you guys are gonna need to know, and also talk about what we can come to expect based off last year and some things I want to talk about. So, as always, leave a like if you guys enjoy these videos. Gomer appreciates it, and he would definitely appreciate a subscription, is what I've been hearing. So, if you want to help him out, get him on the road to 100K by eventually, I'd appreciate it. Now, starting off with this one, we have to talk about a certain tweet, which is going to be over by Scuffy. By the way, I've said it before, I'll say it again, probably the best follow that you really could have in the MLB The Show community. There's a lot of cool stuff as far as creative ideas, and he has the graphic design, you know, background to actually showcase them. So definitely slap him a follow. And he's confirming here that Team Affinity Season 2 is not going to be entangled with Season 1. So you're not going to need to finish the American League West, for example. You're not going to have to completely max that out in order to get the... You're probably not going to want the Rangers. Does that mean if it's Legends? They've had some cool players that have played there before. We'll say Rangers. You won't have to completely max out Season 1 in order to get that Season 2 card. But Season 1 will be staying around. It's not just going to vanquish like the first inning program. That I don't get why that's the case, why that even happens. But it does, so I felt obligated. I felt like it was pertinent information to bring up. So that is quite important that you're not going to have to finish that. So if you had a all-night binge, if you were gonna have a Showdown and do Stupor planned, no longer. Cancel those plans, I suppose. Talking about what you could expect from earning Team Affinity first. A lot of it is probably going to be the same. I'm not exactly sure if they're just going to have it here and these are going to be separate panels. I would imagine that's what they're going to do, and it is going to be an entirely new program. I think there's a great shot that it is going to be the entirety of this, another 150 points that you have to earn, and I think there's a pretty good chance that it's going to have the same requirements, that they're going to have the missions, that they're going to have the moments, the conquest, the showdown obviously is essentially a guarantee, death taxes and showdown being the best way to obtain Team Affinity cards, so you can count on that. Especially as far as exchanges, investing, not really much to do. I don't think those cards really are going to go up in price or anything, because you can only earn such limited progress, and Showdown's easier this year, so that's kind of what you could expect. That's what I'm expecting for that. Hopefully we do get some more gold. Hopefully we do get some more low diamond cards. Excuse my language. That's more so what I meant to say there. And probably a lot of the same stuff. There's going to be a lot of free packs, so it's going to be worth it. Talking about what cards, what shebangs we're going to get and how we might receive them. Here's a couple ideas that I brought up. Now, I can't exactly show them to you because I don't have a graphic design background. So these are a few things that I've been brewing up in this large horse face of mine. Saber Stars, I think was a kind of cool name, which of course refers to Saber Metric Superstars that would get a high card. Granted, I do want to say I think these Team Affinity cards are probably going to be in the realm of I want to say like a 92. I saw some people saying, oh, I hope they're over a 90. Uh, hot take here. I think they're going to be over a 90 for sure. I think there's a good chance it's going to be all flat like they were 88s. They'll probably be like all 92s, all 93s. I don't think they're going to be like 95s, 96s. It's possible, but I'll say between like 92, 93 is kind of my projection for what I think is going to happen. And like Saber Stars, I think that could be really cool. You could have a mix of current players and, you know, older players that back then, when they didn't really look at sabermetrics, you know, they still lit it up at that time. So I also do want to mention, there's a chance that we could have a new legend in here as well. There's no confirmation. There's nothing saying that there is. Nothing saying that there is not. So I would love to be surprised by a nice new legend announcement. I think Future Stars is going to be probably my favorite, however, for what I think favorite is and what I believe they're going to do. Of course, we don't have any Future Star cards this year. We've had the classics Nomar, Mazzara, and Michael Kopech, but I think there's a great chance that they do Future Stars, kind of like they did last year. And I know a lot of people kind of threw a hissy about it last year, and this is kind of my perspective. I would like to consider myself a pretty large man, well, large man for sure, but pretty large baseball junkie. There was a lot of names I didn't really know. There was a couple, like Alex Kirilloff, obviously is a MN native, well aware of him. Vidal Brujan, of course, the slapdick prospect, heard around the world. You know, I knew him as well. And there were some other, you know, names like Nico Horner that I was aware of. But a lot of those guys, I learned first of them because of the Future Stars within Team Affinity. So I think there's a pretty good shot of that. There's no shortage of prospects. They still have the entire licensing to anybody that's in the minor league farm system, so I think there's a pretty good shot of that again. Legends in the Making is just kind of a name that I thought of. I don't know, it could be kind of tough. Who's the legend in the making? Or like a call up to Cooperstown is another name I was thinking of. Like, who exactly for the Baltimore Orioles is that going to be? You know, is it going to be Trey Mancini? Is it going to be Ryan Mountcastle? I mean, well, not this year. Good Lord, pretty slow start. Him, Alec Bohm, kind of tough. Two pretty rough seasons after very exciting, you know, showcases in the 2020 season. So that's something that I was thinking about. This one, I would call it Framed, which, you know, I was talking about retired numbers, which was a great idea in my head until I thought about the Rays. Their one retired player would be Wade Boggs. You know, it's funny, if you guys have ever heard the story that allegedly, I don't know if this is true, that the Rays tried to bribe Wade Boggs to tell the Hall of Fame that he wanted to be inducted with the Rays cap, even though he played there for, I think 2 seasons, if you remember his bronze impact veteran card that he had for the Rays. I don't know if that's true, but it's fucking funny for sure. And then the Marlins, they literally don't have a you know, 8 retired numbers. So it was a cool idea up until I really thought about it, but perhaps they could brew something around there. I'm not sure. Maybe have Jazz Chisholm's number retired, perhaps. And then the show classics, I also think is a possibility. Like I said, we've been seeing some of them already. Only kind of tough thing for me regarding that is we saw, I forgot Austin Riley. He was another Future Star that's out. Is that we saw a lot of former POTM cards last year. You know, of course, when we didn't have the season starting until July. 2020 is a blur in terms of, except for taxes. I'm well aware of 2020 taxes, unfortunately. But yeah, so I think there's a chance of that, you know, because even a team that hasn't had much success recently since they started doing live content, like the Detroit Tigers, you know, they still get POTM cards. They'll still get those every now and then. They'll still get Future Star cards throughout the years that they could throw in as a classic. That's what I thought they were going to do last year at one point. Not the route that they ended up going to. So another thing, again, would possibly be just miscellaneous cards, miscellaneous legends. That is, there's a chance of that happening, and I guess we'll kind of close this one out on a nice tight little bow by just, follow Gomer, by the way, appreciate it. Just looking through some some suggestions, like historical moments. This is from MLB Explained. I like this a lot. Joe Carter walk-off, Bartolo Colon home run. Don't think that'll happen. They don't have his rights. But who knows? Maybe they would get them. Just a lot of cool ideas that I've been seeing here. A lot of people seem to think Future Stars, which is, again, what I believe is going to happen. Again, as a professional says here, we don't know. We don't know if it's current players. We don't know what the only real piece of information that we know is it's coming out next Friday, and you don't have to finish Season 1 in order to get Season 2. You don't have to have that progress done. Like I said, we're really going to have to wait and see as far as some ideas. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What you guys want to see for your favorite team for Team Affinity Season 2. Like I said, it's going to be fun. I'll be honest, it comes at a very needed time. I kind of been getting bored with offline. There hasn't really been much to grind. Yeah, there's like the U.S. Nation of Baseball Conquest map, but am I really going to play that? No. That's the caveat there. Nobody's gonna play it. A handful of people, I suppose. But that's gonna do it for this one. As we learn more, I don't want to do a full prediction video because why shoot over 30? You know, it's the quote. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Wayne Gretzky by Michael Scott. I don't want to shoot over 30. I'd rather not tarnish my shooting percentage. But again, if you guys enjoyed this one, leave a like down below. And gameplay coming in a couple hours with Eddie Matthews. Check that out. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. There comes out.